Oh, hello, and there's Miss Cole. Look who's here. We're going to take a moment to place our hands on our heart. There's Cole and Karen and Betty and Cheryl. Hello. Hands at your heart. How fun. What a good Wednesday. Let your hands go to your heart, and we'll just have a wonderful wellness experience for our body. We'll listen to it as it gives us signals for a healthy practice. Bring your arms up and inhale. And then you can even catch your hands if you want, just see what feels natural. Go over to a side, and we're going to do a few dynamic half moons as Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe in, exhale over, breathe in, exhale over. Now you're going to stay on the side and hold. There's a little bit of an ab tone right here and here to keep your low back from getting overarched. If you would like to add on, cross a foot and let one hand down and breathe into the rib cage that's exposed to the sky. You can also add a little rotation if you'd like. So this is where you also have a little ab tone here to keep the ribs down and the pubic bone up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now take an inhale to have both feet underneath your hips and your hands go up, go over to the side. So at first, just leave both arms up for a moment. We're just waking up this body, waking up the lateral flexion, shoulders and back. Keep lifting up and over. We're going to be adding on the foot cross if you would like, the hand down if you would like, and rotation. Breathe in, 4. And that's it. Right in here is where you want to feel length. And that's another one, Karen. It's like I'm pulling your arm. You could even pull your own arm. 2. Inhale. Good. And then you're going to take an inhale, bring everything up. Nice. Now on the exhale, we're going to place the hands down. So the feet are going to go back. If you would like to do a bending of the elbows to up dog and then meet in down dog, you can. If you would like to just go straight to down dog, you can. Bend one knee and bend the other. One calf feels long, and then the other. Bend one knee, and then place both heels down and hold. You might even be able to lift your toes as your calves start to get longer. 5. Lift your sit bones. 4. Keep pressing with the hands. 3. Now we're going to be adding on an articulation. Lift your heels, articulate through your lower back, middle back, upper back into up dog. Inhale and really get strong on your arms, open up your chest. Good, and then tuck your chin. Upper back, middle back articulates, lower back, and then your heels drop. Now at any time, if you need to do this in cat-cow, you can. Lift your heels, push your lower back up, push your middle back, push your upper back, and then you're in an up dog. Strong arms, and tuck, upper back, middle back, lower back. Lift your heels. Breathe in. And try 2 more, but remember, you can also do this in a cat-cow. Good, Karen. And up. Your main goal is articulation of the spine. Inhale. Good, and then tuck. And exhale. Now walk or step up to your hands, take a halfway up. Now go all the way up, take an inhale into even a back bend. Lift your arms, breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart. Grab a sip if you need it. I'm going to meet you back in 5-pointed star. 5-pointed star is feet wide, hands wide. So the rule of thumb is that your wrists are roughly over your ankles. Take your right toes and face them the same direction as your right fingers are. And when you knee bend, you're looking to see, does that knee track with the second toe and land over the heel? Open up, and we're going to look over that hand. This is called Warrior 2, and your shoulders are down. I'm going to look at you, but you're going to look over your hand. Good. And then, Karen, I'm going to pull your left arm and pull your torso back. Yep, that's it. You got it. Good. Good. That's it. It's almost like someone's spreading out your arms like tug of war or an eagle wingspan. Breathe in. Now the right arm is going to touch the right forearm for an extended side ankle. You might decide you want to stay here. You might decide you want to go down to the floor with your hand. Maybe you want to clasp your arm behind you. There's all sorts of variations. Yeah, reach. Yeah, check your neck. You want it to be happy and healthy. You're in line with your shoulder. Good. Opening the shoulder. 4, 3, 2. Now you're going to power back up. So strong leg, power back up. Keep your legs. Take your back hand to the thigh, maybe to the calf, but you're not pushing on your knee. Top arm over. Now you could look up as the classical, or if you need to look straight ahead for your neck, you can. You're not poking the head forward. You're letting the head touch an imaginary wall that your body's touching. 10. Good look. Good. 8. This leg's still like a squat. 7. Breathe. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Good strong legs. That looks good. Inhale. Now bring it back to warrior 2. Straighten that right leg. Hands at the heart for a moment. Open up, 5-pointed star. You may have to adjust your feet. Now bend the left, turn the left toes to the pointing the wall that your left fingers are. Bend and straighten that knee a few times. It lets you know what's going on. It's checking that you're tracking, and it wakes up that VMO. Now hold the knee over the heel. And now act like someone's pulling your arms. Your torso is pretty vertical, not over the front thigh. It's in the middle of your legs. Look over that hand. Good, Karen, that's it. And then your neck, it's at a little rotation. I'm gonna look at you though. Good. It's like you're spiraling your legs open. Your arms are open, but there's no shoulder tension. Reach through your fingers. Long, full breath. Breathe in through your nose. This front forearm, you're thinking lift up and over. The top arm can go over your ear. Maybe you put it behind your back. That's another type of rotation. Or your arm can go down, or you can catch. So there's all sorts of things. Good, extend this angle. And then act like your back is touching the wall behind you. Yeah, there you go, Betty, head that way, that's it. Act like I'm pulling your wrist. Breathe, make sure your neck feels good. Head's in against the imaginary wall that your body is. Stretch. Now get ready to power the legs. Come up and back. Now the hand is on your thigh, your left arm's up. Still make a squat with this leg. Yeah. You might find you go back a micromillimeter, you stretch a little bit more, you sink a little bit more in that thigh, your heel. Notice the tiny little deepening of the stretches your body does. Wrist is neutral, not cocked to right or not forward or back. Karen, your wrist looks good. Breathe in. Inhale. Now you're going to come up, 5-pointed star, walk your feet together. Samasthiti is balancing the mind, body, or jump. Good, Cheryl, I should have said that too. Hands to heart, and then you can take a sip and meet me back here. And we're going to go into a triangle. Lift and spread your toes. So you've got a wide 5-pointed star at first. And lift and spread your toes. When I say that, each toe should be separating from the other. Lift and spread your toes. Right foot faces towards the right wall. Now act like I'm pulling your arm and you're reaching over a counter. Reach, reach, reach. This knee has some softness, so it's not bent backwards, and hand comes down. Left arm comes up. That's a traditional triangle. Utthita Trikonasana. I generally love to add an arm over. I like that shoulder and that back stretch, so you can try that. Or you can keep it up. Micro soft to the knee. 10. 9. Good. Make sure you're not crinkling your toes or crinkling your hands or your jaw. You're scanning to get rid of tension you don't need. You're not over clenching the glutes. Neck and jaw are pretty, you want to soften them. They're pretty common places for accidental tension. Notice you can go a little deeper sometimes or roll back a little bit more. Now take another inhale. And you're gonna, when I say power up, you're gonna be strong, but you're still graceful. Good. Lift up. Now, pick up the left toes, pivot them towards the same wall your left fingers are pointed towards. Reach out. Knee soft. Front knee soft. Keep going. You notice how you just learn, where do I go? Then I kind of run into bone, bone on bone, hip on pelvis. Now the hand comes down, the arm is up or over. Roll back. You know, your posture does move. You aren't just in one single place. When you breathe and you exhale, some muscles will start to let go. And you can go with that gently. Rolling back the rib cage, that's one area that opens. Your arm reaches more, but not through your wrist. Your wrist is not broken, it's straight. Inner thigh, hamstring might go. Breathe into that side. Good. You have arches in your feet. They're not collapsed, but you're not crinkling up your toes. Your jaw and neck and face are soft. Act like your back's against the same wall that your legs are on. You're rotating back. Now get ready, take an inhale. Even though you're getting really strong right here, you're graceful. Feet forward, step or walk the feet together. Hands at the heart. Take a moment. You can take a sip anytime. We're going to be taking pyramid pose, so I'm taking lots of sips today. Pyramid pose is right foot forward, left foot back. Now, an image is that you're on a railroad track, not a tightrope. Get ready with your arms to go up and around. There's mobility that we always, every day, we do something for shoulder mobility. Every class. So now interlace, there's a few positions. You could interlace, you could behind you, you could hold onto your elbows. You could even do reverse prayer here if you want. Now inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge, meaning your back's more like a table, a hardcover book, not a round cat. Your gaze will probably be somewhere near your toes. Your right hip gently steers back, your left hip steers forward. And 10. You might go a little lower as your hamstring wakens up. You can see your foot is making tiny little twitches to figure out balance. That's why yoga is so good for balance. The feet arches are getting some work. Take another inhale. And we're going to put our hands down. It could be there on the thigh, it could be on there on the shin, maybe they're on the floor. And if you need to bend your knees a little bit more, you can. Just find a gentle hamstring stretch. Low pyramid, Parsvottanasana, 10, Now push your foot into the floor, and you're going to go up and even beyond midline, which I call a back bend here. It's a little extension, arms up, breathe in, hands come to your heart. Now your feet come together, Samastitihi. And let's take your right foot back. Now, at this moment, your inhale goes up and exhale down. Breathe, inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up. Now your hands are going to catch maybe behind you, interlace, maybe namaste. And whatever you do, go back to the shoulder and open them. Inhale, open them before you head down. Exhale. Good. Kola looks good. Karen looks good. Because the shoulders could drop forward if we weren't mindful, but we're opening them up. And then we're out of our mind. We're trying to just focus on the breath, the muscles. The neck. You can even put your hands down on the thigh or the shin, and now you can let a little rounding happen in the back. Shoulders soft, jaw soft. You're going to push your feet into the floor. Now, always monitor your blood pressure. If you're someone who needs a little more time to come up, please take it. Breathe in, heart lifts, and exhale. And then let your hands come to your heart and let your foot land. So you're landing elasticity. Notice how I landed, not with a clunk, but with soft. Grab a sip if you'd like. And we're going to go back to triangle. There is a fun opportunity there that if you would like to take, you can. But also just doing it twice, sometimes you can feel a difference. You go open, right foot towards the right wall. You stretch out. Notice how that glides a little easier already. Notice how you come down and just see how does that feel. If you care to add on, you could take right fingertips on the floor, left leg up, left arm up. There's even a fun one with the foot in your hand, and then you open up that quad. You'll take another inhale. Each transition is the yoga. So you transition, you're soft, you're open, you're pivoting, you're enjoying the ride. You're heading down. It could be triangle here. Maybe your arm's going to be over your ear, behind your back. That's a nice fun triangle too. I didn't offer last time, but that's a fun one. Left fingertips can go on the mat, and your other arm could go up. So just have fun, enjoy. This is also called Ardha Chandrasana. It's a balancing half moon pose. You could even take that foot one, where you hold your foot, and you push into your hand. Your neck is soft. Your breath is quiet, meaning it's not agitating your shoulders or your neck. Inhaling, feeling, transitioning, soft, up, together. Woo. Grab a sip. Good job. And notice that flow in your body, elasticity. Speak of quad stretch, we're going to take a lift and spread of your toes. And when I say that, if your toes don't move, lift them up and help teach them. This is so important for balance and for having body absorbers. So also do pinky one at a time down to your big toe. So it's like you're drumming your toes. So each one, so pinky, fourth, third, second, big, pinky. Now, once you're down, you have four corners of feet contact. Lift and spread your right arm up and around. Hold on to your right foot. Pull that knee underneath you and rib down a bit, pubic bone up a bit. Good. Cheryl, I love all the shoulder openers on you. Your shoulders look good. Arm is like you're holding a cup of soup. Good. Yep, that was good, Cole. The way you pulled your knee under. So I'm going to turn so you can see what I meant. You pulled it under. Good. Good, Betty. All right, you're tall. I'm going to say this cue. Your ribs are over your pelvis, meaning you're not letting your ribs shift one way or the other. That ended up being a big cue for standing balance in tree, but it's also true in all these. Your whole body shifts over the support leg, but not by your ribs, by your whole body. If you care to add on, put your foot towards your hand and pull that thigh up. Good. You still have four corners of feet pressure on your bottom leg. Good, Karen, I think that's working. Yeah. Now we're going to make the transition part of our pose. Your hands are together at the heart. This whole side feels more open. Here we go. Go up and then behind you. So how far back can your hand get, your shoulder? Grab that foot. Now that we're here, you notice my whole body shifted over my right. If I try to go back like I'm trying to put my ribs back over, I'll be out of alignment. So I want you have a lot of circles in your body or rings, your clavicle ring, your rib, your pelvis. You're putting those rings on top of each other. So your ribs are over your pelvis. Ribs down and pubic bone up is abs. Make sure that hip's not kicking out like mine tried to do. Pull that knee more underneath you as you get warmed up. All right, jaw is relaxed. If you can add on, even if it's an inch. So Catherine's daughter when she came to physical class, she used to be like most of the time falling out of a posture because she would try stuff. So that's another thing, like it's okay if you fall, there's no shame because you just catch yourself. So if you want to try something and you lose your balance, it's okay. You've made base, you've touched base with that new place. Now neck soft, like I had to chin tuck. Breathe in. In other words, don't be afraid of being wobbly. It's okay. All right, hands at your heart. Good. That is wonderful. We're going to add on, and this is 5-pointed star with your wrist roughly over your ankles. This is what I mean by 5-pointed star. I like a little bit of a toe in position too, so you might try that, especially if you tend to be kind of tight in the back. Inhale. Exhale, you hinge down. Now I'm not hinging my booty back. It's important you want to keep your heels over your ankles in the vertical plane. Now the first position could be hands on the floor, roughly underneath the shoulders, and pull so you're giving yourself an assist. Now the next position could be hands on your ankles and pull.
A third position is interlaced fingers at the lumbar spine, low back, and you can let the arms kind of fall over. Shake out any tension in your neck. Now let your right hand or knuckle be underneath your nose. That's like a windmill. Open up your left arm. Ooh, yeah. This is windmill. Rotation, you're doing great, Cole. This rotation is so important to keep a back in good posture. You need rotation when you walk, and if you don't have it, your back compensates by getting rounded. So this type of posture is so important for keeping upper back. You guys look good. Do you notice how you open a little bit, you open a little bit more. And just kind of notice where you are, not with judgment, just for an awareness. Now go on the other side, left hand or left knuckles down. Open up the other. Let your neck be where it feels the best. You want to think length from hand to hand. You're long, you're broad, and you're rotating. Now you're going to let it go and walk the hands more forward. This is called hammock pose. It's like down dog meets spread out wide ankle pose. Now you can lift your heels and you can articulate into an up dog here 3 times, or just hold your hammock pose. So round, good. Look at that upper back flexion, Cole. That was great. I had a great view of you. Sometimes I have a better view. Open up the chest and shoulders, Cheryl. That was good. Round your back. Articulate upper back. Inhale. Good. Strong open shoulders. Good, Cheryl. And then tuck. Now, when you're ready, walk your hands more underneath you again. Hold each elbow and dangle like you're the clapper of a bell. Just dangle, freeform. And then we're going to take your hands to your hip bones, halfway up. Now, I say that because of blood pressure too. So let your blood, just orthostatic hypotension, and then let yourself go up when your blood pressure feels settled, heartless. Hands to your heart. Step or jump together. Samastitihi, good. And then grab a sip if you'd like. That went great. I hope your legs feel wonderful. They look wonderful. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take out my correct toes, which creates space between the feet. You guys, that's even in a chapter of Dr. Pita Atiya's book right now about using spacers. As you know, I've been using them for 20 years. All right, lift and spread your toes, or however long the first yoga toes came out. So I'm glad that we do the yoga exercises. Lift and spread your toes. So we'll just call that toe yoga, but you really want space. If it doesn't happen, get down there and make it. Now leave the 4 corners of your left foot on the floor, mound of the big toe, pinky mound, inner heel, outer heel. Your whole body shifts and your foot comes into your tree. You may experiment, maybe you need it on a different place on your thigh for the best purchase. The cues I give are themes, but individualize it. Foot to thigh, thigh pushes back. Once you feel pretty steady, good. Okay, we're gonna do 30 seconds here. Notice how the ribs are still over the pelvis. They haven't laterally translated like a tight right. See, that would make it. Keep going. Sorry to demonstrate, but you don't want to do that. Keep going. 10 more seconds. Congratulations, that was wonderful. Great girls. Lift and spread your toes. The new tree is high, right? So you lift and spread your toes. Your foot, if you've never tried it, it can go higher, but just give yourself permission to experiment. I like four corners on this foot too, but you want to experiment with you. I also like where the flesh of my inner thigh kind of goes out, and the flesh of my foot arch is concave and convex. They match. 30 seconds, but find what works for you. Good, Betty. Good. You're doing it. You touch base with it. No, you're doing it. I'm going to try to see if I can see what's going on in your ribs. But the fact that you got there for a moment lets me know it's doable. Yep. Gently push your foot into your leg and let your leg put. Good, Betty. The only reason I'm holding this because I see you're doing it. That was like 8 seconds, so that's better than before. And when you can touch base with a new place, that's a victory. That's good. Awesome. And then come back down when you're ready. That was good. I love it. So when you see other people, do something higher, it helps us shine to that we can do it too. Now this is warrior 3. The hands are going to be beside your hips for now. Lift and spread your toes. Now the right leg comes back and you're in either a diagonal to modify, or if you're going to keep going towards parallel, you're in a line. The right hip's going to try to steer up, but you're going to try to keep both hip bones equidistant to the floor. Classically, the arms are overhead, so if you want to experiment with that, and the shoulders, the arms can still be wide so you don't feel like you're in your traps. Breathe in and gracefully transition back. Hands at the heart. Good. Lift and spread your toes. Other side. Hinge. Arms can reach. Lengthen everything. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart when you're ready. Nice job. Grab a sip. Woo. And wonderful. This next one is a warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. And when I give cues, just know your body may be slightly different. I love anatomy differences. So right foot forward, left foot back. And then, hi, Miss Teresa, right thigh forward, left foot back. Now, I'm going to show a couple different ways. You're pretty stretched out here. Here's one way that if you feel like your shoulders and your chest are what you want to open, that's a nice one. Notice your wrist. They might cock back like that, but you want them neutral. So it's like you've walked through a door. Another one, this is classic, is out here. I still tend to go wide because I don't want to get my upper trap. So there's not a wrong way or right way, I mean. There's more than one right way. And hold. This knee is over the heel, not in front of it. Breathe in, 10. Now feel the energy of the breath going to expand your body, your lungs. Breathe in through your nose. Long, quiet breath, meaning no neck congestion or jaw congestion. And you remember how we just did warrior 1? I'm going to have us take our hands to the heart
Hinge your torso forward. Now get ready, we're gonna take flight. It looks like this. Lift your left leg, straighten your right leg and pause. 10, 9, 8. Breathe in. You're gonna come to standing Samasthiti, body, mind, breath. Good job. Get ready. That foot goes 4 feet deep. Here we go, right foot, 4 feet deep. Nice, and notice how I'm trying to land like an animal in the woods, as opposed to a tin soldier on Wizard of Oz. So thigh strong, maybe arms like this with noticing your wrists so they're neutral, not extended. You're opening up your heart and your sternum. That's more in your thoracic spine. That's more important than where you put your hands. Hold that. Stay there, guys. I'm just gonna make sure for some reason your phone's not on mute and okay, I hope that's right. Keep going, guys. All right, oh, there it is. Thank you for muting it. That way the picture won't change if they hear a noise on your screen. Now, you can even close your eyes here. I'm a big fan of eyes closed or soft. It helps me go even deeper into what I'm feeling and how the posture changes to what I'm feeling. Like my chest just opened more, my shoulders just opened more, my sternum lifted, but I knew to tuck my chin, energize the back leg. Let your hands come gracefully to the heart. Now you hinge forward. Now the front thigh just got more body weight. It's like you did a squat with your body weight. Now get ready, straighten everything. You're gonna do warrior 3 with the hands to the heart position. You're still opening up your chest. Your hips are square. You're not crinkling the toes. You feel 4 corners of balance. 4, 3, 2, breathe in. Now on the 1, you're gonna bring it back. Hands at the heart. Grab a sip, you're doing great. I want you to notice all the foot activity that's happening. That's one thing I really love for us. We tend to wear shoes during the day, and this lets your feet get re-educated so that your balance is better and you don't worry about risking a fall or anything of that stuff. Now, we negotiate surfaces better. This is a lift and spread your toes. For a moment, try to lower your big toe and lift your 4 toes. Now try to lower your 4 toes and lift your big toes. Lower your big toe and lift your 4 toes. You're gonna feel your arches working. Lower your 4 toes. Do it opposite. I'll show you mine just so you know, I think. Lower your 4. Now lower your big toes and lift your 4. Lift your big, lower your 4, and one more time. And even if it didn't work, it's okay, because your feet are waking up anyway. We're gonna do a tree pose. Lift and spread your toes. Lower them down. All 4 corners of your left foot are down. Right foot comes up. Let me get back a little. Calf or inner thigh. Try something. Now we're going to do a possible Utthita Padangusthasana, which means holding on to big toe pose. If you care to do that, or you could even just do different arms, like a shoulder opener. You could take your 2 fingers, your 2 peace fingers around your big toe. Good, Cole, thanks, you know what I'm saying. And you could stretch out. Good. Just try something. 10. And maybe even open. Good. 8. 7. Whoops, I hit the wall. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Now you can bend gently, so the transition, and then you can lower back. Good. That's so good. Keep going. I'm going to tilt my screen up. Lift and spread your toes. And you're going to be noticing the toes move better than they did an hour ago. Foot up, tree. That's your first possibility. But you may find hey, I want to work on a different part of my tree, or I really want to stick this high tree better, or I want to do a shoulder stretch.
So you could do tree. You could play around with tree. 2 fingers on your big toe. Good, Cole, terrific. Your finger and your toes are holding each other. There's my tighter leg. That's okay, I'm still a good person. Fold, lift. Keep going. Good. Betty, you're doing better. Yep, that a girl. I like the leg out pose anyway. Good. 3, yep, have fun. 2, now you can make your transition. So, and then your foot lower. So Betty, when you're out here and you're still balancing, I'm thrilled to death, because then I know you're working on things that in life may happen, right? You might be carrying groceries and you need to use your leg to balance. So it's all good. I love it. Take your hands to your heart. Hold that. Breathe in. We're going to do 1 crescent pose. Now, there's a lot of crescent poses in yoga. Lift and spread your toes. Send your left foot 4.5 feet deep. But watch, I'm going to try to land softly like a mountain lion. I'm not landing clunkily. Now my back heel's off the floor. So I don't know if you can see that. Vertical, I can go up and I can do arms like this. Now I'm going to give you a cue. I'm going to turn to you so you can see me. The ribs need to pull down on this, and the pubic bone needs to pull up. That way we're not just jamming our femur in our acetabulum. So you've got to have some ab tone, and you're not just hanging out in the low back. Now lift up your heart, lift up. Yeah, crescent pose, half moon. Your body's the half moon through your leg. That's the crescent pose here. Good, and I love that, Cheryl, how you're opening up your pecs. If you know your shoulders run tight, anytime you get a chance, it's a great one. That looks good. Karen, that looks good. Yeah, energize the back knee. Now we are going to put our hands at our heart. You're going to send the left foot up to the right, Samastitihi. Now I'm going to do the other one. Land it about 4 feet deep. How softly can you land? Like there's lions sleeping around you and you don't want to wake them. Open up. Good, the wrists are happy. They're not cocked backwards. You've got a little rib tone, a little pubic bone pulling up. Your neck is easy. Yeah. Good. Upper back looks good to me, Cole. That looks great. You notice how it keeps going. It's like you've walked through a doorway and your arms go further back. Good. Good, Cheryl. That's it. Good. Breathe in. Act like I'm pressing your forearms back, Karen, and just see. Is that, yeah, sometimes an image of someone helping you helps me. Like someone's helping me press my arms back. Good, you notice you might go lower. Get ready, your hands come to your heart. You're going to land softly, Samastitihi. Woo! All right, now grab a sip. We're gonna do one thing I like with Prasarita Padottanasana is to give the legs attention individually. Because we have asymmetries. So when you go out and your wrists are roughly over your ankles, we're going to go down, but I'll change it. And when you go down, walk over to one leg. So I'm going to walk over to the right leg. I'm going to give it its own attention here. Now, walk over to your other leg and give it its own attention.
Another one I like is hands in the middle, bend one knee and bend the other. And this is individual. So you may go low, like I'll just call it a squat, but I don't mean like a power squat at the gym. I mean like Malarasana or like a 108-year-old man and you're getting fishing like we were meant to do. We were meant to get down like this on the floor. This is also in one of the chapters of Dr. Atria's book is how to keep doing squats. I'm going back and forth. You might go to 90 degrees. You might just shift your legs a little and stay on one side. It could be that you do really low like I am. It could be that you do 90 degrees. Just hold for about 8. You could do a wrap. I love wraps. 8, 7. Good, I like a wrap. So I put my right arm underneath, go, and actually kind of like in front of your shin. Yeah, and then your other arm goes up, like go up over to the sky. Yeah, and then you find it, right? So there's all sorts of wraps, but that's one of my fun ones I like. Now inhale. Now push over to the other side. I like to use my hands to help me over. So it's real, everything's real smooth. I'm listening. Now you may go down. You may do 90. Good. You might do a wrap. Your neck is good and soft. It's not getting any tension. I like that little position change. Good, I like your shoulder opener. Just even for a moment, Cheryl, that's awesome. 5. Now push back up and I'll give you a modification, but first walk your feet in. Where's my modification? Oh, there it is. You can sit down into a squat, meaning Malarasana, but here's my yoga block. Let's say you don't yet feel comfortable. I'm going to show you a couple things. You can put your block down. Another thing you can do is see what you can do. Let yourself do part of it, because that's an important skill. It requires pelvic stability that we lose when we're in 90-degree chairs a lot, or if we don't use it. Here's another way. If you can do this, that tells me mechanically your body can get there. That's good news. So let's just hold 10 wherever you are. A block, a Malarasana, meaning upside down, heavy baby. 5. Or I love it. 3. Look at you. The one key of staying young is get on the floor. Take an inhale. Now I'm going to put my hands forward and then drive my hips up. So, yep. Now toe in, hands at the heart, come up halfway, pause for a moment. Now when your blood pressure is ready, go all the way. Get ready, we're going to go to the floor. I am going to tilt my screen down because of the way my room is. If I don't, you can't see quite so much on the bottom. Go up with your inhale, exhale, down dog. Breathe it out. Now shift to your forearm plank. 10, 9, I'm looking good. 8, good head position, Cheryl, that retraction, like your jaw's on a shelf and you just gently pull back. Nice. Good. All right, now the pelvis is going to come down. Leave your forearms on the mat. You might scoot them forward. If you want to stay here in Sphinx, you can. If you feel like you can come up, we'll do Swan, which is also called Bhujangasana or Cobra in yoga. Elbows point down, meaning there's external rotation. Heart opens. You have a little bit of a belly lift. Oh, this looks so good. Nice abdominal lift. Now scan your glutes. They're gently helpful, but they're not over gripping. Yeah. Cheryl, you look great. I think I'd love to, your shoulders have been doing good in all these, don't you think? Yeah. It's really nice to have good shoulders, open shoulders. Now breathe in. Now when you come down, this is a second shoulder release. You could interlace your fingers back here at the lumbar. Now, if that's not working for you and it makes your arms fall asleep, just put your hands beside you, but otherwise just lift. I'm always going to offer you shoulder openers because most of our day is forward shoulder and I don't want you to be feeling like you have no choice. So these exercises help you get out of it. Karen, I'd say tuck the chin just the tiniest bit, micromillimeter. 5. You can switch your hand position and come up again.
Now you can reach for a foot or an ankle, or you can do 2 of these, one right, then one left. We're gonna do bow, either half or full. I will promise you every time you see me, I will do something for posture. Relax a moment, we're just touching it, and then come up again. Other side, or the 2 again, neck soft. And then a child pose. I'm gonna offer a toe under because the feet are so important. So I've got my toes curled under and I'm pressing back with my hands so that my feet get a stretch. If you need more stretch, sit up on your shins. This is gonna be more foot stretch. Good, Betty. This should be good for walking Roanoke Mountain. And I'm just gonna show you another one. If you want one more foot stretch with your toes curled under, you come back. Toe crush asana. But the feet, we're on them every day. They're critical for balance. The rest of the body joints will hurt more or less if our feet are more flexible or less. So you see I do a lot with the feet. All right, come back. Now we're gonna do top pose hip opener. Take your right ankle to left thigh. If you have any problems with the neck feeling like it's off the mat, you can always grab a pillow and then do your hip opener. Like Karen, that's a nice one. What it does is free up your bandwidth. You don't have to worry about where your neck is. You can just really work on your ankle. I like to rotate or rock a little and let the tension roll on out. Let the tension roll on out. Move the ankle. So notice, do you keep getting releases in this? Nice, Cole, good. Let's do that together. I'd love to. Now, if you're having a really good time here and you want to stay, do. But if you want to roll over and do the one I call teapot, you open up your right arm. Your left hand can either hold onto your ankle or it can push your knee away, whatever helps you. I was working with a girl yesterday and she said it helped her to keep her hand on her ankle. And for me, it helps me to, once I have my foot stacked, open up my knee with my hand. So find what works for you. I could stay here for the whole hour. It feels so yummy. Try the other side when you're ready. Ankle to thigh was the first part, and then you catch your hand around your shin or your thigh. You can move your ankle, you can rock. Relax the jaw, relax the glutes. Relax the mind. We are thinking all day long, so I know there's a big trend towards the word mindfulness, but it's really the opposite to me. It's feeling. It's letting your mind have some cleared up space, letting it have some rest. It doesn't have to do anything. And then you can tap into the wisdom of your cells. Now, fall over. If you're craving that one, go over. Open up the left arm like a T. Open up the knee away from you. Now, whenever you're ready, you can just take a moment to rest. You can even put your hips up on a block and your feet on the sky, on the air, on the wall, or on the couch, whatever serves you. Just take a moment and really mindlessness, like get rid of the mind. It's working all the time, and we're going to give it a break. We're so thankful for it, but we're just going to put it on a shelf, and we're going to soak and bathe ourselves in replenishment, in wellness, and in rejuvenation. Let all the body tension go. Relax the glutes, the eyes, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders melt. And just lovingly notice how much you were able to continue to relax your muscles. Release the block, slowly come up into a seated position that's comfortable for you. And let your hands come to your heart. And just notice that power of rejuvenation, of replenishment. That it's okay to give your mind a break. It's okay to just be mindlessness. That it actually feels good and it's restorative. We'll take a moment to stay connected to that energy. In other words, anytime you need it, you feel like you just need a break, your mind's been on all day, that you have this powerful wellspring inside of just breathing and replenishing. With so much appreciation to you guys. I think you did great. I'm so thrilled to see the progress. I love it. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Happy Wednesday.